station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Its ability to be effective will be on us adults.
Now on DC News Now at 9, DC police beefing up enforcement targeting teens. How they plan to crack down on a curfew right before the new school year.
And in the hospital due to malaria, marking the first local contraction of the disease in almost 40 years. What health officials are saying tonight.
And temperatures will be falling tonight throughout the entire viewing area. How low it will get this evening and what to expect for your Saturday forecast coming up.
Plus, it is Restaurant Week in Alexandria, where they are serving up delicious dishes that won't break the bank. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm MARIEL CARBONE in for Tasmin Mahfouz. We are following breaking news right now. Shoppers evacuated the Montgomery Mall in Bethesda tonight after a report of a bomb threat. We're told police are on the scene right now investigating. You can see them in this video. This is a developing story, and we'll stay on top of this as soon as we get more information. We'll bring that to you on air.
Also developing tonight at 9, DC officials now enforcing a curfew for anyone age 16 and younger.
Yeah, it runs from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. on weekdays and then on weekends from midnight to 6 a.m.
I believe the curfew is an excellent idea. It builds structure back into the home for a lot of parents who have children that's a bit challenging.
Well, as you just heard, some people are in favor of the stepped up enforcement. It comes as the district struggles to curb youth violence. And there have already been 80 kids, 17 and younger, shot this year. 12 of them have been killed. But not everyone thinks a curfew will work.
I understand that people are concerned about crime. I understand the desire to feel safe in our city, but the mayor's curfew initiatives are backwards in thinking. They employed tactics from decades ago that have been proven time and again to be ineffective and counterproductive.
Now, as a reminder, the focus areas for this curfew include Chinatown, Navy Yard, U Street, Howard and Banneker, as well as 14th Street between Otis and Spring Road Northwest, Georgia Avenue Northwest, Benning Road Southeast, and Congress Street Southeast. Now, in Prince George's County Police arrested a daycare employee for child abuse. Police say 21-year-old Latasia Forbes worked at Morning Star Child Care Center in District Heights. Investigators went to that daycare center yesterday for an incident, and after looking at video and conducting interviews, police had enough evidence to make an arrest. Forbes has been charged with second-degree child abuse and second-degree assault. She worked at Morning Star as a child care provider since 2021. Anyone with information is asked to call Prince George's County Police.
All right, happening tonight, Montgomery County Police are cracking down on drunk driving. In about an hour, officers will be conducting sobriety checkpoints at 10 o'clock. It's all part of the National Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over initiative. Our Kelly Newton has a story for us.
We were coming home from the movie, so it was my husband Robert, my daughter Aaliyah, my son Darius, and my son's best friend Ryan. And that said drunk driver hit us doing about 125 miles per hour, and he split our car in half, and he killed my 12-year-old son.
Victoria Brown says when she lost her son Darius in 2004 when a drunk driver crashed into her and her family, she wanted to be a voice for him. So she joined MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, a nationwide nonprofit that focuses on ending impaired driving. The Montgomery County Police Department, along with other local agencies, is kicking off the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, during the 2021 Labor Day holiday, 531 people died nationwide in traffic crashes. 41% of those involved impaired drivers. Last year in Montgomery County, there were 509 crashes. Over 5% of those involved impaired drivers.
We're seeing more and more, especially with the legalization of cannabis here in Maryland. That's a separate issue, but it still falls into impaired driving.
Checkpoints will be set up throughout the county until Labor Day weekend to make sure drivers are driving sober.
When I see all these lights that are stopped, and these are all the people that law enforcement are going to touch just to make sure that they're driving sober, it makes me happy to know that we are saving lives that night. And that's why I think checkpoints are so important. But it's also bittersweet because I'm like, where were they? You know, why weren't we at a checkpoint?
MPD will be conducting their first checkpoint tonight from 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. Reporting in Montgomery County, Maryland, Michaela Newton, DC News Now.
MAD continues to lobby for change in Annapolis. They're currently working to update NOAA's law. The legislation requires a person convicted of alcohol-related driving offenses to have an ignition interlock system installed in their vehicle.
The Maryland Department of Health is reporting the first malaria case not related to travel in more than 40 years. Now, that person is now recovering at home after being hospitalized. Our Daniel Hamburg talked with an infectious disease doctor with the Department of Health. And Daniel, this is a rare occurrence in Maryland.
Mariel, that's why there's not a lot of reason for concern, but the state does want people to be aware of possible symptoms. And if you're traveling somewhere where malaria is present, it's recommended to get medicine beforehand. Every year, Maryland has about 200 cases of malaria reported.
One of the reasons is we have, I believe, a lot of people in this area who do travel to places in the world where malaria is more common.
Places including sub-Saharan Africa, parts of Asia, even places in Central and South America where malaria is much more common. Dr. David Blythe with the Maryland Department of Health says the person infected with this particular strain didn't travel, though.
The infection occurred over the last week or so. We received the confirmatory testing back from CDC this afternoon.
The Maryland Department of Health won't say where it happened, only that it's somewhere within Charles, Prince George's, Montgomery, or Frederick counties. Symptoms include
high fever, and then sometimes other symptoms, including muscle aches, sometimes nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea.
If you do plan on traveling overseas to where malaria is more common,
before you leave, check in with your doctor to see about getting preventive medication, because there is medication that you can take to prevent getting malaria.
Blythe wants people to be aware, not afraid.
We're hoping that we won't see any ongoing transmission of this, and we haven't seen any indication of that.
Now, one question lingering is if mosquitoes that carry the virus are so prevalent in Maryland, why don't we see malaria more commonly? Blythe says it's partly because there's more mosquito control and people aren't outside as much. In the studio, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
Thanks, Daniel. Well, the end of summer happens to be peak season for mosquitoes, but there are ways to protect yourself. That includes staying inside during dusk and dawn when mosquitoes are usually more active. Of course, wearing bug spray and wearing light-colored and loose clothing. You also want to make sure that your window screens are intact, as these bugs like to feed inside of homes. The good news, viruses that mosquitoes can carry, like EEE and West Nile, they're rare.
We probably see a lot more people being exposed to EEE and West Nile virus, but they're not getting that sick. Healthy immune systems, they're just kind of getting a real mild viral illness and then not even going to the doctors.
Now, some people can still get really sick. If you start getting flu-like symptoms and it's not the flu or COVID, you'll want to head to the doctor.
All right, mosquitoes might not like tonight's temperatures.
I was just going to
Meteorologist
say.
Scott Sumner in tonight for Janessa.
You stepped on my intro now. Just kidding. Actually, because I was going to say there's no need to worry about that stuff tonight.
We need the cooler weather because I
good.
am getting bit by those mosquitoes every time I'm out here.
They just love you, don't they, Mariel?
Apparently.
They love me too. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But no, tonight is not going to be one of those nights where they'll be out buzzing around like crazy, those mosquitoes. Now, currently we have a temperature of 77 degrees. There is a nice shot of the Kennedy Center plus the Lincoln Memorial in behind there. Clear skies out there. And how about this? Crisp and comfortable is what the sweat scale is showing tonight. No sweat in the night, folks. It is going to be very, very pleasant. As a matter of fact, 14 degrees cooler in Leesburg than it was just 24 hours ago. 12 degrees cooler at Hagerstown. 6 degrees cooler in the district. Everybody from inland areas right down to the bay are feeling that nice area of high pressure. The weather from that is building in. And there it is on the satellite radar view. You can see it sliding right on across the Ohio Valley and the Tennessee Valley. It will be on top of us tomorrow, that area of high pressure, and that's going to bring us lots of sun. I usually sometimes overuse the phrase, but tons of sun is what I like to say when we have days like tomorrow coming up. Now, I do mention, too, overnight lows are going to be chilly. As a matter of fact, some places could be into the upper 40s. Will we tie or break records? Probably not, but I'll show that coming up in a little bit. But you can see D.C. at 60 and Kaiser coming in at 55 degrees tonight.
All right, sounds good. Scott, thanks. Well, Alexandria Restaurant Week is now officially underway as it kicked off today.
Yeah, more than 70 restaurants from Old Town to West End are participating, offering those dining deals and discounts. Now, today we checked in with a few local eateries that are serving up specials this year. Head to Alexandria and you'll find no shortage of options when it comes to dining, especially this weekend.
We really like to showcase our food, a lot of different options and things like that for it.
Austin BLACH is the manager at AUGIE'S MUSSEL House, one of the more than 70 restaurants participating in this year's Restaurant Week, which kicked off Friday.
We think it's a really fun participant, just to kind of get our voice out there and have people kind of see us and actually kind of get a feel for our atmosphere and what we really like to offer.
The 10-day-long event is a chance for DMV foodies to try out dishes from various local chefs, spanning neighborhoods across the city like Old Town, Delray, Carlisle, Eisenhower, and the West End.
We're offering a bunch of different styles of mussels since we're doing a mussel house. We have our classic. We have a couple really good fan favorites like the risotto as well.
Participating restaurants will offer prefix meals for $25, $35, or $45.
With this menu, we have a great selection. Anybody can come in and find something they would like to have.
Down the road at the Alexandria Beer Garden, patrons can check out a mix of German bites and beers.
Quite a few of our appetizers are potato pancakes, our TNT shrimp, which we just added to the menu.
Co-manager Michael Glass says the decision to join in on Restaurant Week was an easy one.
We're very happy to be a part of Alexandria City, and we wanted to do something to give back.
And you can find a digital menu for every restaurant participating in Restaurant Week online. That's at visitalexandria.com. And I like that because I like to be able to, there's just so many restaurants. You need to check out, see what you like.
You can almost eat like a tourist.
Yeah.
Right? Go through. And the weather's going to cooperate as well this weekend.
A perfect weekend to go out and do it.
It certainly is.